We have a great event planned. We have panel discussions. We have 4 brilliant panelists. We have Sangeeta Mudnal, who is a senior director at Microsoft, Avni Modi, who is the co-founder of Modi Toys, Mr. Jigar Thakur, who is a chief technology officer at MSCI, and Gurpreet Pasricha, who is a managing partner at Pasricha and Patel LLC. We're very happy that they've come together to help us make this evening a success. We also have a great crowd of young professionals, entrepreneurs, some mothers, some students from the community, and we hope they have a great time tonight.
So as we all know, AI has transformed from vision to reality today. It has benefited a lot of customers worldwide. But with any great technological innovation, there's always the complexities and challenges of the future that we want to see.
I've been in CRY, which is Child Rights and You, for almost 20 years as a volunteer and as a patron. I started out my CRY volunteer role back in Seattle, and once I moved to New York, I've been both as a volunteer and also participating as one of the panel members. I hope to share some of my insights from my career at Microsoft. I'm a senior director at Microsoft today in the New York research office. I hope you'll find this event very insightful and continue to support CRY in all of your donations and sponsorships. Thank you so much.
The good thing about giving back, whether it's in kind or cash or volunteering, is it makes you feel good about yourself. And that's very important to live a very happy life. I think at the end of the day, we all want to be useful in some way and want to be happy. And if giving can give you that happiness, feel good about yourself, it's important to do that. And over time, I realized, like, one of the things that I really appreciate when I hear Oprah Winfrey is your legacy is the number of people you touch.
I am one of the panelists here at this event, and I'm so proud to be here to help raise money for CRY. Modi Toys is a children's toy company that's really inspired by South Asian culture, and children are at the heart of everything that we do. So to be here to support CRY, an organization that's really dedicated to children, that means the world to me, so I'm really excited to be here.
We've been really fortunate that Baby Ganesh has really touched the hearts of so many people in so many different ways that I could have never imagined. So truth be told, when we first launched back in August of last year, we thought that our target audience was going to be, parents, or parents to be those who have kids that are like from newborns to maybe 2-3 years old. And that was it. Like, we weren't thinking big picture, but it wasn't until we actually released our product into the market that we realized that there really is no age limit for love or faith, right? Really everything that kind of impacts me in my life, I bring to the forefront, and I realize that the things that impact me are not just me alone. They resonate with so many people, and our ability to really connect with people has ultimately been, I think, our biggest success factor.
Today we are going to talk about small businesses and entrepreneurship and what it takes for a business to get off the ground. I've been doing this now for 25 years, helping small businesses from inception to exit. And today what I'm going to be talking about is what are the challenges that small businesses face, whether it's raising capital, hiring the right people, and then avoiding litigation and other common pitfalls. So I look forward to joining the panel today, and I appreciate CRY New York for everything that they do. Especially in India, it's like your personality is taken away from you sometimes. You're taught the Socratic method does not exist. So you can't challenge authority, you can't challenge all these things. And my kids, I learn from them more than they learn from me nowadays. And I see such a big difference between some of the older members sometimes and the younger members. The younger members are not prejudiced. They don't have any, their vacuum cleaner isn't on, okay? And they're willing to give back, they're willing to help others. And so that's what we've seen.
As you go through your career, your growth in your life and your career, the highest levels, as you reach the highest levels, it's about self-actualization. You feel valuable, you did something for the world. So believe it or not, in the long run, what's going to give you satisfaction is really make a difference. You take what you need from the world, but when you give a lot more back, that's when the satisfaction comes in. The example I'll give is, I had visited one of the CRY projects in Jharkhand and deep into the hills of Jharkhand, and a lot of tribal areas. And I saw hundreds of little children who were benefited from the projects that were going on there. And it was a very touching 3-day experience that has been with me for all these years. So after 20 years, more than 20 years in all these industries and doing all these kinds of shipping a lot of products and becoming a CTO and this and that, if you were to ask me my accomplishments, I feel like that was my biggest accomplishment.
What are your hopes for CRY? And I'm talking about a 5, 10, and 15-year plan. What are your hopes?
So 5, 10, 15-year plans. I really hope that CRY, I think there's a challenge here to be able to, the last question was the key challenge. Mm-hmm. How do we convince millions of fairly affluent South Asians, Indians to participate? We were all fortunate to be where we are. And how do we motivate them to come and join the cause? It does require a lot of funds to make a big impact. India has more than 1 billion people with hundreds of millions living below the poverty line. And then millions of children who are still working and they're not going to school. So I think the challenge is going to be, how do we convince those of people with influence? If we look at Bill Gates, why is he going after every billionaire in the country and other countries to influence them to go give? Why is he converting Warren Buffett to go give, right? Because that's where a lot of power is in terms of the monetary funds that are needed. And so that is from a financial perspective. And from the youth perspective, I think the youth of today versus 20 years ago, I think they're much more enlightened, they're more positive, they're more tolerant about different religions and everything, right? So I have a huge hope that the youth will join the cause by becoming the volunteers and actually reaching out. So I have a lot of aspirations from the youth today. If you look at the volunteers, a lot of them are actually spending a ton of time. So in the next 5, 10, 15 years, I hope we just bring in more volunteers, more donors, and then keep on expanding to more and more projects in India. So I think there's a long ways to go for CRY. I'm a huge well-wisher and a supporter and a volunteer. And I hope, more and more people, and it's not just, it doesn't have to be CRY. I mean, I think whatever you believe in, if you want to focus on animal rights or you want to focus on women's education or whatever it is, whatever it cause you believe in. Right. I'm not saying go for CRY. I'm just saying whatever you believe in, go pursue that, spend some time and money and investment of your own yourself, and you'll get very rich rewards out of it. So I really, if anything, I would like to, for the listeners, to inspire them to go out there and go